For our Canadian Indigenous activists, we chose Kanahus Manuel. So we just want to let you guys know that when we say Kanahus Manuel, we're just going to use her last name. So Manuel. How would we describe Manuel's identity and worldview?
Well, she holds her power as an Indigenous woman.
She's part of the Tiny House Warriors.
The Tiny House Warriors is an Indigenous activist group that keeps Indigenous knowledge and culture alive.
They also raise an awareness to the Indigenous inequalities and how the Canadian government has been vicious towards the Indigenous people.
What social injustices has Manuel faced and focused on?
Pipelines are being built all around British Columbia, and a thing that people don't know is that it's being built on unceded territory.
Manuel has been fighting the pipelines in BC for the longest time. She has been injured doing so.
Manuel and another member of the Tiny House Warriors were arrested by force for bugging road workers on their unceded territory in northern BC.
They got arrested for only saying you have no right to build there. This is not your land.
Because the two activists were speaking their mind, peacefully may I add, RCMP didn't like it.
Manuel was body slammed to the ground, severely injured in her arm.
She was prohibited to be taken to the hospital for 10 hours.
The fact that the RCMP under Canadian government control let this and allowed this to happen is ridiculous.
Manuel did not let this stop her. Instead, she used this to bring eyes to the oppression and violence upon Indigenous people.
Her impacts on society has been noticed. She has brought attention to the pipelines being built, the forceful act of the RCMP, and the racism in our world.
Manuel has demonstrated resilience and hard work ethic. Her empathy and struggles have been shown by her actions. She will not and will never stop fighting for what is right. After all of the research Katie and I have done, her and I are shocked. The fact that the Canadian government has been acting loyal to the Indigenous people is bull. They say they will consult with the Indigenous people before any pipelines are built. That's false.
If that's true, why is brutal force being used on Indigenous people? They are building on sacred and unceded land. But the fact that people are still fighting for what's right is a sign of hope.
In conclusion, Kanahus Manuel is a badass, and she deserves more recognition for her amazing work.
Now bloopers.
Okay.
I have gum stuck in my teeth.
Because the two activists were speaking their mind. Peace, may I add?
Okay.
Because the two activists were speaking their mind, peacefully may I add. Because the
Mom. Let's body slam. Lola! Okay,
I can't help myself. RCMP didn't like it.